Morgan Studios. Today we're going to be talking about speed of light in meters per second. Now this name may not apply to everyone, but if you're like me, it's like I can always remember the speed of light in miles per second. So you have a problem, like you're trying to figure out wavelength or frequency or something, and it's like, okay, I know C is 186,000 miles per second. Okay, I know it's 3 times 10 to the 8th or 300,000 meters, something like that, but it's always like, wait a minute, I get caught up not knowing. So we just do a simple conversion. So what you do, how I remember it now, 186, if you can't remember this, just think of a straight line. Okay, it's 180 degrees in a straight line, right? And then kind of combine that somehow with the speed of light, maybe speed S6 to get 186,000. Okay. Anyway, maybe that'll help you if you don't even know the speed of light in miles per second. Okay, but that's how I learned it and I remembered it. But it's always you have to convert it. Okay, so now let's do the conversion. It's always hard trying to remember the conversion from kilometers to kilometers to miles, right? So if you remember, if you went to high school and you ran track, right? And they said, okay, go run a mile. And I know 1 mile is 4 laps. 4 laps around the track, right? Olympics, track. And you have to know if you've ever run track. I guess this is if you've run track before or if you're interested in track. It's 400 meters in 1 lap, okay? You can run the 400 meters like in 40 seconds or something, 45 seconds. That's pretty good, right? Usain Bolt. Anyway, 400 meters is 1 lap. So 4 laps is 1,600 meters, which is 1.6 kilometers. Okay? So that's kind of like your memory aid that you can keep forever. If it's a condition, right? You've had the same experiences I have, like running track and stuff. Or if you've ever tried to get in shape and run a mile on a regulation track. Okay, there you go. So that's how you remember that. And then this little piece here, the 180 degrees and 6, that may or may not work. I don't know. Let's keep going. So we have 186,000 miles per second. Okay, let's convert that to kilometers per second. And what you do, you put the miles on the bottom so it cancels out. And we just said, hey, there's 1.6 kilometers in a mile. Okay, so if you go over here in our little bubble again, okay, if you just multiply it by 2, it's if you round everything, it's going to be something less than 400,000 kilometers now per second. It's something less than that. Okay, just to kind of, you always, when you're doing calculations and you're not in school and you're trying to make stuff, you have to kind of bound the problem and make sure it makes sense, like sanity checks. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so our answer better be less than 400,000 kilometers per second. Okay, so now I do kind of remember it's 3 something, so it's probably going to be 300,000 kilometers per second. But anyway, let's keep going. So if we just multiply these out, you have 1.6, you have 0, 0, 0, 6, 48, 49, 50, 51, 6, 11. Okay. And then you go 0, 0, 0, 6, 8, 1. Right? Okay. And then you end up with 2, 9, 7, 6, 0, 0, 0. It's 1 decimal place. So you go 1 decimal. And so it's 297,600 kilometers now per second. And now you can remember they always round it, right, to 300,000 kilometers per second. Or if you want it in meters per second now, the kilo is 3 times 1,000. So you just add 3, or not add, but you insert 3 zeros for meters per second. And so that's 3, 6, 7, 8. 3 times 10 to the 8th meters per second. That's your speed of light constant that you use in your problems or whatever. If you can't remember 3 times 10 to the 8th, because see, I always get it confused, this 300,000 and the 3 million, but I can always remember this, right? 186,000 miles per second. I always can remember that for whatever reason. I can remember 186,000 miles per second. But anyway, I got to go back. These are just hand calcs, right? You're just trying to figure out stuff, freestyle kind of engineering. Go back once you calculate whatever it is, your frequency, your wavelength, whatever you're trying to do with the speed of light, and get the nth order accuracy of your speed of light if you're trying to calculate something. Okay. All right. I hope you learned something. Hope this helps you just kind of remember the speed of light constant, the number, so you can freestyle it. Omega Labs, like and subscribe.